Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today we're back for episode 11 of the Boston Red Sox franchise here on MLB 14 The Show. And today it's time for the one-game playoff for the AL East title in 2014. Winner goes to the ALDS, loser to the wildcard game where the Baltimore Orioles await. But before that, it'll be Clay Buchholz getting the nod for the Boston Red Sox. I had a tough decision to make between him, Brandon Workman, Felix Dubron, or I could have even potentially brought back John Lackey or John Lester on very short rest. But I end up going with Clay Buchholz. He's a guy that I do think I'm going to keep around. He is on a pretty favorable contract for somebody who's rated as highly as him, despite his real-life struggles. So this is a big show-me game for Buchholz. He's a guy with a lot of talent. Let's see if he can put it together for 6 or 7 innings of good baseball, and hopefully he can do that and try to get us a win here. So take a look at the Toronto Blue Jays starting lineup. Pretty standard for them, including David Wright, one of their pretty much their biggest acquisition in the season so far. And here are Clay Buchholz's stats on the season. We're gonna get things started here. Top of the first inning, 0-2 count, and Encarnacion goes down on a beautiful changeup right there, and Buchholz gets Encarnacion looking. So we're gonna head to the bottom of the first here. Lineup for the Red Sox, pretty standard to see against the lefty. And your starting pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays is Franklin Morales, an old friend for Red Sox fans. He was traded for Jonathan Herrera in the offseason in real life this past year. Ended up on Toronto in this franchise, and he came out spitting fire right now with striking out David Ortiz on that high fastball. So here's the big matchup. Adam Lind, one of the few guys who really hits righties well in this lineup. It's a righty-dominant lineup, but one of the few lefties who really hits righties well is Adam Lind. So it's going to be key for Buchholz to be able to get him out today, and he does it successfully in the for his first time around in the top of the second. Now still top 2, 1-1 count. David Wright takes that high fastball to deep left field. That's going to bounce off the wall. Well played by Gomes, and he'll actually hold right to a single there. But that would be one of the only hits Toronto got all day long because Clay Buchholz was locked in. Gets Brett Lowry swinging on the 95-mile-an-hour heater, and he's through 2 scoreless. So bottom 2 now, 0-2 count to Mike Napoli. And Napoli takes that one looking, and we'll take a look here at the pitch tracker in just a moment. But Franklin Morales keeping everything up and away from Napoli, as you'll see all 3 pitches right there up in the zone, 2 of them to the left side of it. So here we go now, top of the third inning, Colby Rasmus up, and Colby Rasmus down. Another strikeout on the changeup. That is one of Buchholz's best pitches, and he had it working tonight. A beautiful, beautiful pitch right there from Clay Buchholz. And now still top of the third, 2-2 count to Eric Kratz. He goes down to the splitter looking. Looks like it was a little inside, but the umpire gives Buchholz the call, and that is going to be another strikeout for the Red Sox starter. So we're going to skip ahead here to the bottom of the third now, 2-2 count. Morales still dealing. Victorino goes down. Nice changeup right there from Morales, throwing Victorino off, who was looking for the hard stuff. So both teams scoreless through 3. We're into the top of the fourth. Encarnacion already with 1 strikeout today. Let's make it 2 once again on the changeup. And once again, Encarnacion not agreeing with the call. Second time he's gone down looking this evening. But bottom 4 now, first pitch of the inning to Dustin Pedroia. He hits it hard to left center field, and that is going to go off the glove of Colby Rasmus. Pedroia rounding second, heading for third, and he is in there. It's a leadoff triple to start things here in the bottom of the 4th inning for Dustin Pedroia, the former MVP, trying to lead his team here to get his team on the board, and Colby Rasmus just misplays this one. We'll take a look at the replay here. You can see his manager was not happy about that one, but look at it. Rasmus plops himself up against the wall and just lets it go off of his glove right there. They would rule that an error. Clearly thinking Rasmus should have had that one. So next batter is Michael Kadire, 2-2 count, and he pops this one up. Shortstop race is under it. He will make the play, and Pedroia will have to hold at third now with 1 out in the inning. So the next batter is Big Papi David Ortiz, 2-2 count. Ortiz rolls one over to second, and that'll get the run in. Lowry throws to first in time for the out, but Pedroia comes home and scores, and the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead. So an RBI ground out for David Ortiz. Would have liked to have something more from your number 3 hitter or your number 4 hitter right there, but we'll take the run either way. Napoli now later in the inning grounds one sharply to third, but a beautiful play by David Wright. Gets up and fires to first in time, and that is going to do it for this 4th inning. Morales gets out of it, only allowing the 1 run, but the Red Sox do take the lead. And top of the 5th, Buchholz still dialed in. Here is David Wright striking out swinging. David Wright does not strike out a lot, but he strikes out on that fastball right there. So now bottom of the 5th, Johnny Gomes up, first pitch of the inning, and Gomes to deep left center field. That one is back, and it is gone over the green monster and into the stands for a solo home run. Johnny Gomes extends the lead. It is now 2-0 Red Sox. Gomes getting in there against the lefty. We haven't played a lot of lefties in the episode so far in this series, but with the lefty on the hill tonight, Gomes gets the start, and he answers the bell with a solo home run as he doubles the Red Sox lead single-handedly, making it 2-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So now later in the inning, it is Will Middlebrooks up. He's the next batter, the 2-1 count, and that is going to be driven to deep left center field. That is back, and that is off the wall. Middlebrooks will head to second for some extra bases here, and it is a no-out double for Middlebrooks. So trying to get another run on the board, we get a man in scoring position with no one out. So 3 batters later, though, Shane Victorino up, and he flies this one to right. Right fielder Jose Bautista is there, and that will retire the side. So nothing comes out of the double, but the Red Sox get a solo home run, and it's 2-0 Sox. Now top of the 6th, Colby Rasmus up, 1-2 count, and Rasmus flies one to deep right field. Kadire going back at the track, and he makes the catch about 5 feet in front of the wall right there. That is one of the deepest right fields in baseball, and wow, Colby Rasmus used just about all of that. So Buchholz, through 6 innings, has allowed just 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, and he is just pitching a gem right now. 0-2 count. You know what I'm doing, Encarnacion. Changeup down and away. This time he actually gets around on it, hits it hard at Bogarts, but it's right to our shortstop, and he fires onto first base. Now top of the 7th, still the last time he's likely going to have to face this deadly 3-4 combo of Encarnacion and Bautista, and he gets Bautista to ground this one right in front of the plate, and that will be an easy throw for Clay Buchholz. So through 7 scoreless innings, Steve Delabar is going to come on now to pitch for the Toronto Blue Jays in the bottom of the 7th. Mike Napoli up to lead off the inning, 1-2 count, and Napoli flies this one to deep left center field. That one is back, and that one is going to grab some wall. Napoli is into second base with a leadoff double. Not going to test that arm anymore, as Napoli not a very fast runner. So Daniel Nava is going to come on and pinch hit for Johnny Gomes here with the righty on the mound. We're going to use Nava, who is a much better hitter against righties than he is lefties. So Nava's going to take this one into right field for a base hit, and that is going to put Napoli on third base, and that runners on first and third with no one out. So next batter is Will Middlebrooks, the 0-2 count, and he strikes out swinging on the slider. Middlebrooks has problems trying to just put bat on ball continue. He oftentimes struggles with that. A lot of strikeouts so far in the season. And then Xander Bogaerts pops this one up, shallow right field. That is going to be caught by the second baseman, Brett Lowry. So now 2 away. And we're going to bring in pinch hitter Garen Cicchino. Now, because this is technically a regular season game, we still have the expanded rosters for September. And Garen Cicchino, who hit 500 and probably, 16 at-bats or so, we were showing a lot of faith in him pinch hitting for David Ross. But he cannot get the job done. He strikes out. So we're going to head to the top of the 8th. Christian Vasquez will come on to catch. We leave Nava in left field. Buchholz still on the hill. 3-2 count to Adam Lind, and Lind goes down looking on the cutter. So Clay Buchholz has done a great job of neutralizing Adam Lind, who is now 0 for 3 today. But next batter is David Wright, and David Wright, deep left field, and that is a no-doubt home run, going all the way over the monster, all the way over the seats and into Lansdowne Street on the opposite side of Fenway Park. That is a solo shot for David Wright, and he cuts the lead in half now. 2-1 is the score. So Buchholz tried to pitch right up and in right there, and he ends up just, I guess, catching more of the plate than he should have there, and you can't miss when you try to locate that type of pitch. So Wright is all over, and he takes advantage. And like I said, I thought it was a pretty good pitch, but David Wright is just a professional hitter, and he was all over that up and in fastball. So now 0-2 count to Brett Lowry, and Lowry is going to take this one to first base. That's going to be actually stabbed by the second baseman Pedroia as we were in the shift right there, but Pedroia cannot make the play. So an error by Pedroia, and that is going to do it for Clay Buchholz. A great performance out of him, 7 1/3, only 3 hits allowed, probably 7 or 8 strikeouts. We're going to bring on the lefty Craig Breslow here, who had a decent season for us, was much better in 2013, but with the lefty and Colby Rasmus up, he's going to hit this one to the shortstop, and for some reason we were continually in the shift in this game, despite I wouldn't shift on Rasmus, and I think we were in the shift on that Lowry at bat, so I had to go into my defensive positioning and make sure we weren't shifting from here on out. So pinch hitter Gianna Navarro is going to come up for Eric Kratz, and Navarro pops one up. Breslow is going to make the play himself, That's going to make it 2 away now. Runners on first and second still for Jose Reyes. And Reyes goes down looking on the two-seamer. A great pitch from Breslow, and he gets through the 8th inning. So Navarro will stay in the game at catcher. Sergio Santos into pitch, and Ryan Goins will take over for Lowry at second base, who had, I believe, Goins had pinch ran at some point in that last inning. And now Pedroia to deep center field. Rasmus looking up, and that is gone. A solo home run for Dustin Pedroia, almost the same spot where Johnny Gomes went earlier in the game. And that is a huge insurance run for the Boston Red Sox as they go up now 3-1 off of that solo homer on Sergio Santos. Koji Iwahara will come on now for the top of the 9th inning to try and close things out. For the Boston Red Sox, first batter is Melky Cabrera, the 0-1 count. And Cabrera takes this one into left center field for a base hit. Just getting through the shift right there. Once again, I'm not too sure why we have the shift on, but either way, 3 batters later, Adam Lind up 2 away now. And Lind hits it hard to short. Bogarts on to first, and the Boston Red Sox are AL East Division champions in 2014. Clay Buchholz, what a performance. 7 1/3 scoreless, or I guess he did allow 1 run, but still an incredible performance out of Clay Buchholz, making Farrell look like a smart man for choosing him to start this game. And the Boston Red Sox win the division. The Blue Jays now will take on the Baltimore Orioles in the wild card game, and the winner of that game will be right back in Boston for Game 1 of the ALDS, as the Red Sox also have the best record in the AL now. So that's going to do it from Fenway Park. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy, and Zosm out. Peace.